paint's not terrible, but I'm gonna give it a full respray anyway because panels do need work. Like this panel needs to be pulled. Clear coat's fading on the bonnet, so that needs to be redone. We need new plastic trims on the grille. We've got a mismatched panel, missing some trim there. This side's actually pretty good. It's just got a few dents, and I'm thinking, do I do a PDR or do I not do a PDR? We'll decide that later. Otherwise, not bad. Like if we open the boot, we've got some rust starting to like bubble up, so the inside of this boot might need a respray as well. Like we've got a crack there, so I want to address that sooner rather than later. But otherwise, it's not terrible. Just a walk through of the interior. It's a bit rough. Just needs dash is okay. Shifter console needs to be changed. Glove box we need a new one. Armrest, we need a new one. We need a driver's seat. We need some interior carpet. Back here isn't too bad actually. We could use a new rear seat if we find one. This one's a bit bubbly. Yes, it's a bit dirty. Most of the interior's been pretty good, Nick. Ashtray, glove box. Door cards are not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. So I'm happy with those. New steering wheel needs a retrim, or I'm probably just going to replace it, to be honest. Carpet, there's a massive hole which pisses me off. That's got to go. Headliner needs to be done on this hardtop, but that's should be too hard. Not too much work in the interior, to be honest. There's a big project, but it should be alright. Bit dirty, as we can see. I've pulled apart the rear seat, and oh my god, that is not looking good at all. We'll definitely need a new rear seat for the convertible, because I can't be. This carpet, it's got to go. That hole's got to go, so we're replacing the whole floor mat. But as I remove that rear seat, yeah, it's been water damaged, so we've got to fix all that. But that's alright, part of the fun. Stripping the interior, took out this cabin air filter, and my god, is it filthy. But yeah, we're making progress. We're going to strip the carpets, and then we're going to replace it with this carpet here. And here are all the old interior parts. We're going to give them a clean because they're pretty good, just really dirty. Yeah, look at all that. It's just dusty as hell. Also got a new air compressor, so that's been fun. Is how to remove a coupe interior side panel. So first you slide the leather cover off. You slide it forward, and then you have a Torx bit there, one Torx bit, and then you have another Torx bit hidden behind this little flap. Take that out, and then you need to remove these plastic cover things, and then it just slides onto these clips. Super easy. Alright, just an idea of how it looks in here. Alright, just so I have a reference point. Today I just spent the day stripping the carpet because it's got a hole in it, so I'm replacing the whole thing. I'm just covering this to hopefully stop the rain if it rains. Basically what I've done is strip the interior completely. No, not completely, but most of it. And then I've pulled out the sound deadening that was here originally, and I noticed that there was water or moisture underneath. Luckily it wasn't rusty or rotten. There was just a bit of light surface rust. So sanded that back, primed it and painted it. I used a off-the-shelf color that was already pre-made, it looks more like Boston green than it does whatever my color is. So, but it's alright. Sound deadening is going to go on top of that, so I'm not too worried. Lay the carpet and it'll all get hidden under there. So until I decide to ever pull this car apart again and go for a nut and bolt restoration, I think this will be fine. So we've laid the carpet and we finally got the carpet in. Ran into a few issues, a big one I might add. So basically the coupe carpet that I got didn't fit the floor pan of the convertible. So I thought that, yes, I knew the back end was different, but I figured the front portion was going to be exactly the same, so that way the carpet would just fit right in. But that was not the case. The convertible carpets are definitely molded differently. So this took a lot of hacking and trimming to get it to fit. Look, I've had to like shave the foam off from underneath just so, you know, we have like this flush double layer. Pretty happy with it. It's an 80% job in my opinion, but I do eventually want to get a convertible carpet if someone is wrecking one in the future. Not bad. Once the seats go on, you won't be able to see the half cut. Alright, and we're back. So this is an update of the car. We've done the interior, now we're onto the exterior. Upon assessing the panels of the car, I realized that it won't need a full respray as I initially thought. I think most of this can be cut and polished except for the front end. I guess the quote of this car is, I can live with that. So for example, there's a few dents around the panels, but I can live with a lot of it. And then I guess when I want to make it perfect, maybe I'll tackle this project again or something. But as it stands, I think, you know, I can live with a lot of the damage, which is, there isn't many, to be honest with you. For example, this rear quarter panel's got a few dents and dings, but nothing major, and nothing that makes me want to strip back that paint. So I've taken the guard liners out, and so we're going to just clean up. I'm just going to power wash the underside of the car, just get everything clean. Lots of dirt and dust trapped over the years, so it's going to feel good to get rid of that. And just peace of mind knowing that all that is clean. Rear suspension doesn't look too bad, but I'll chuck all the running gear from my car into this and I reckon it'll be pretty damn good. Yeah, but most of the car's actually in good nick. Finally getting up to this part of the project, which is cleaning the arches and the arch liners, or the guard liners, and repairing them. As you can see, there's a bit of damage. So I'm going to plastic weld those. Headlights, I'm just going to give a quick clean. And nose cone, I'm also just going to give a quick clean as well. But let's see how these turn out. Bumpers, obviously dirty, messy, disgusting. Alright. Same goes, we're going to rinse it out, and then just to keep them clean for now, and then I will eventually get to prepping them. It's been a while since I've touched the car. Originally the plan was to get the car painted first, and then start the mechanicals, but I've decided to do the mechanicals first, so that way I can drive the car to get it painted, instead of wasting money on getting it towed. So today I removed the cooling system, mainly the radiator, and all the tubing, the plumbing that goes with it. I'm going to inspect the thermostat and the water pump and see if I need to replace that. But then the idea is to take all the cooling system from my old car and put it into this. I'm still contemplating whether or not I keep the ECS tuning aluminum radiator. I quite like the OEM one because I just bought it, so I know it's relatively fresh. But then again, this ECS one is relatively fresh as well. But otherwise, yeah. So, a bit dirty. But, you know, this is all going to get cleaned up. And while the engine's out, I will eventually manifold, power steering. With power steering, I'll do the rack as well. Yeah, I'm going to get the front end first and then make my way backwards. That's the idea. So, now we begin the front end restoration. Meaning all the engine components, gaskets, oil gaskets, fans, cooling system, we're doing all that now. So first step of the job is start from the bottom, work my way up to the top. As you can see, this is what the bottom of the engine bay looks like. It is quite grimy and gross, but obviously I hope to rectify that.
Yeah, first job is oil pan gasket, followed by power steering rack, because it's all related. So we'll do that and clean up the bottom. But yeah, that's how we're going. Frame removal day. It was successful and also unsuccessful. So the plan was to take the subframe out of the black BMW and just swap it over because that was a lot cleaner. But that subframe didn't have these bolts here, or these holes, or these threads actually to mount the X brace. So I had to put that back in. Kind of annoying. I damaged this thread as I was trying to hammer it out. So I gotta find a way to fix that. A little setback, that's all right. Anyway, so the subframe's out of that. I'm gonna clean the bottom. Can't get these shocks to go in because the freaking top hats, their bolts are like, they're warped, so they don't just slide right in, which is annoying. This is the bottom of the engine bay, just to get a good look, you know. I'm gonna power hose this now, because I'm not gonna work on the car for a few days. So it actually might be good. Yeah. Hello again. So, the front subframe and X brace have been prepared for paint. Not the funnest job to do, but you know, I think it's these little details that make it worth it, and it's one of those while you're there kind of jobs. So, yep, all the grease has been removed. It's been sanded back just with the Scotch-Brite pad, and then now it's going to prime it and then paint it. And yeah, nothing too fancy to be honest, just a bit of gold. So here we have the oil pan. This is a before look. Alright, that's what it looks like. It is absolutely rancid. So we're going to get that cleaned up. And then yeah, reinstall it into the car. Taking a look at the car today. So today we have tackled the oil pan gasket. So took that out. That was hard to remove because there was 2 hidden bolts that I didn't realize. Thankfully, I looked on the forums and people mentioned there were 2 medium-sized bolts hidden in holes. So I removed that. Now we've just spent the rest of the day cleaning the engine blocks. So that was all grimy. I'll show a before photo. And even this air conditioner compressor, I believe, is clean as well. But yeah, we spent the whole day just cleaning the bottom. Obviously oil pan's exposed, but it looks very good now compared to what it was. Very presentable. And also an update on the frames. They've been painted. They're not going to go on today, but they're ready to go on as well. So here we have the refreshed front subframe and sump gasket. Spent a lot of time cleaning this. This was not fun to clean. It's bad, but now it looks pretty good. It's not 100%. There are some areas that I couldn't get to with a brush and scuff pad, but you know what? For the most part, it looks a lot better. And this is the inside of the pan. So scrubbed up as best I could. Not going to matter anyway because obviously oil is going to go back in here and make it dirty again. But I just wanted a clean base to start with. So yeah, peace of mind, that's all clean now. So if there's any leaks in the future from the sump, I can identify them straight away, which is good. Finally got the oil pan installed. I am pretty proud of myself because I never thought I could do a job like this. Oh, underside is really clean. Use some kerosene to clean all that black tar off. I saw a YouTube video give me that tip, so I tried it out. It worked really well. But that's the underside of the car. It looks very good. So now I'm trying to put the subframe back on and then start reinstalling the front end and then the bottom. Honestly, that's the hardest part's done. There you go. Just admiring my work. That power steering line up there is shiny. Not perfect, but a whole of a lot better than what it was to start with. But that gold subframe is really setting everything off. It stands out so much and I love it. So we have officially completed the front end. Actually not officially, but mostly. So yes, obviously I need to still clamp the boots, but that is the bottom. Looks a hell of a lot better than what it was at the start. Love the accents, but yeah, that's what it looks like now. Been a minute since I've done a little vloggy vlog.
But today I've removed the exhaust and I decided to clean up the underside of the exhaust shield. It did not look like that when I first got it. But I'm just going to show you underneath what it looks like as a before, so then we can have a look at the after. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Not great, just really dirty, mucky, but we're going to swap it out from the sedan and get it freshened up. Shouldn't be too difficult, to be honest, but yeah.
Alright, this is the first start and the moment of truth. I've primed it, now we're going to start it. There you go. Just crank it over.
Upper radiator hose is leaking.